Hi, Sandra Crathern Inner Vision Health and Wellbeing tip for the week. And I'd had a couple of titles, but I didn't like them, so I've changed. And I'd like to talk about how to create more peace and calm, because that's what I'd like to create more of for myself. So if I'd like to do that, how could I help other people do that? And I think there's a few little top tips that I think are really, really worth trying. That are so simple. It's not rocket science, I'll tell you. Nothing I think about is anything that's most probably that profound, but it often has a profound effect or result. So one thing I want to do more of, which I'm practicing at the moment, which really massively increases my calmness and increases my sense of peace, and that is to slow down my words, just my conversation. Even now, I'm able to take more breaths and be more fully present. I don't know if you've ever listened to the radio much, but often there's people on the radio that they're selling something or they're telling you some little bit to do with I don't know what do they call it, terms and conditions or something, and they go blah, 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 really fast because they want to fit it in before the end of the 2-minute slot that they've got or what have you. And I believe, and my research supports this, that actually if we slow down a bit more, people actually hear you more effectively than if we're speeding up. So my first tip to create more calmness and peace in yourself would be just to slow down your speech. My second tip would be to avoid any external noise. You know, I have quite a quiet house, which I really like actually. There's no radio on or television or anything in the background. I like to be really present. And I know there's a lot of people that actually like all that on in the background because there's sometimes a level of loneliness when we're completely quiet. But it is a wonderful practice to actually learn to be still and be more quiet. So yes, to create that more peace and calmness, look at your language, look at your external noises. And I think communicating how we're feeling is really helpful as well, because when I have things go round and round in my head, it almost brings an agitation to me when I'm like, oh yeah, this and this and this and this. So I think just communicating how I'm feeling. Actually, yeah, I feel a bit like I'm out of sorts, or I don't feel very centered and calm. And then looking for ways to be able to become more centered, calm and peaceful. I think my fourth tip would most probably be to actually stop whatever you're doing and reevaluate. You know, I have a to-do list here. It's in my to-do list, I think, many times. My God, there's so much on it. So what can I do to reduce what's on there? What's my priorities for today? I'm actually going to do a few more bits and pieces. I've done a lot today, actually, for me. I don't normally do as much work as I have done already, and I've rejigged my day. So I'm going to make sure that later on there's going to be a window to have a bath and to get an early night. It's really quite simple for me. So it's not always easy. That the results, actually managing it isn't an easy task, but actually the results that you get from when you do really find a more of a calm place and a peaceful place within you can be quite profound. So slow down your language, just take some breaths and slow down. Minimize external noise, ideally nothing, just nothing. Communicate how you're feeling to somebody else, or even say it out loud to yourself, actually I'm really feeling a bit out of sorts and I need to reconnect. And to minimise your to-do list. What's your really priorities for today? And I think that will help. I'm sure there's many, many other things to add, but just for this week, I'd like you to try those things, because that's what I'm going to do. And I look forward to putting a vlog or a blog on next week. Have a great week.